use?
These are the companies that actually purchase plans.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
coming to the bid opening, we are not sure who actually is going to show up. So we prepare a form with all of the companies that we know
Yep.
that are potential bidders.
Mhm.
I mean, we'll try to take out suppliers and folks that we know are generally subcontractors.
Right.
Some of them we're just not sure because they may, come in from a different part of the country or a different part of the state or something. But anybody that purchases a plan is a potential bidder on it, so we'll just list those companies.
Very aware of that. Thank you.
Okay, we'll look for a motion to award the bid for the 2009 Street Improvement Project.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Trost, second by Underfirth. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This passes unanimously. Thank you for your work on this. 8.3, Resolution 09-076, negative determination on the need for an environmental assessment worksheet for the Trunk Highway 169 South Frontage Road project. That, I believe, is Mr. Murphy again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. I'm going to turn this directly over to City Engineer Duncan. You will do a much better job of explaining it than I will.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, what you have before you is something I think we want to do in regards to just kind of making sure that we document our steps in this process. We are performing an environmental review for this particular project on the federal side, since this does have federal funds. That particular process is called Project Memorandum, and it contains much of the same information that would be produced under an EAW. EAW is something that's used by the state, and what triggers an EAW is any mile or any two-lane roadway that functions as a collector and is over a mile in length. And what we're doing here is basically documenting our steps in why we do not feel that threshold has been met. And so the resolution that you have in front of you states the overall length of the project. It also states some of the existing sections that are there, and that pulls it down below the mile threshold. And if it's something that you agree with, I think it's just one of those things that we move forward with, realizing that we do have our environmental documentation being performed as part of the project memorandum. And in addition to that, we also did send initial early notification letters to all the same agencies that would have received them through an EAW process. We did that back in February, and none of those agencies responded with any concerns at all. So I think it's prudent to consider this and move on it at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Okay, we'll look for a motion on 09076.
So move to approve that res.
Second.
Motion by Lang, second by Coop. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We'll move down to 8.4, the social host ordinance.
Mayor, council members, this is an ordinance that will hold individuals criminally responsible for hosting or allowing underage drinking on their property, doing so knowingly. If you're aware, the county has passed this ordinance. Many of the municipalities are in the process or have passed this ordinance. The intent is to deter underage drinking and reduce the number of underage parties. This came out of Public Safety Committee with a recommendation. This does differ a little bit from the counties. Chief Maltz and Jordan modified it, and I believe it makes it a little bit more palatable and clears the language is a little bit clearer for the individual to understand.
Thank you, Chief. I know that this has been beaten up in committee, and I appreciate the work of the committee. Thank you all. And we are looking for direction from the council to city staff to prepare a final version of this So I guess I'll open it up to questions or comments from the council. If you have anything for Mr. Murphy or I'm sorry, Chief Lanning or Ms. Thompson.
Yeah, I have a question for the administrator to put this on